I'm Kelly Mitchell, and this is Women on Wine TV. Each week, we showcase what's in our glass along with comprehensive tips for beautiful breakthroughs in life, wine, and work. We bring in the best and brightest to help you enjoy your complete lifestyle while you rule your world. Joining me is my partner in wine, Debra Trapin. Welcome to the show, Debra.
Thank you, darling. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, darling, it's so fabulous to have you here as well. And the magic begins now. We begin with a quote. And the quote has run away, so I will recapture the quote and start at wine is a gateway drug to environmentalism. That's from Katherine Cole. Is that not brilliant?
That's awesome.
I so love it. The word for this show is white because today we are talking 9 white hot wines. And I'm super excited about this episode. How about you, Deb?
I am hot for this topic.
Red hot, baby. Fire us up. So summer brings this bevy of options in the world of wine. And while we're excited about it, we're also eating different food. It's fresher, lighter, and then we're dashing out to the barbecue, right? The fabulous fare that we're preparing now just begs for lighter wines to go with it. So today we're taking a departure from the very safe oaky Chardonnay we all know and most love. Some only love the stainless steel, barrel cured Chardonnays without the oak, but instead let's embark on a white wine adventure for the palate. And many of these varietals contain less alcohol, and this is like rosé if you remember, so we can sip a little more and offer a light and lively taste that satiates and truly complements the divine flavors this season brings. So if you're ready for an adventure down the road of the 9 hottest whites you should be drinking right now, well, we are, aren't we?
I'm so ready.
Oh my God, I'm so ready. So what's in your glass, Debra?
Well, I'm actually in your backyard drinking something from Sonoma. This is a Matanzas. It is really difficult for me to say. I don't know why. It's so bizarre.
Matanzas, yeah.
Matanzas. It's like a Hakuna Matata is seriously whatever it goes through my mind every time I read it, which is so perfect for them, right? Because it means no worries, right? So this is Sonoma County, Sauv Blanc, which I love. And it is, wow. Like the word when I taste it is zing. Because it is pink grapefruit. Like Ooh. It is so, it wakes my mouth up. It's just like, it almost like just thinking about it kind of makes my mouth water a little bit. And it has a little bit of passion fruit, and a little bit of lime. So it's not sour, but it is as dry as a Sauv Blanc comes. And I actually served some of this at a wine and cheese party I had over the weekend. And it is ridiculously delicious with goat cheeses. Straight up goat cheese with blueberries, and Gouda goat cheese, all 3 of which you can get at Trader Joe's. This is just divine. They are on Twitter at Matanzas Creek. So check them out. We'll have the link, of course, in the blog post. But it is just delicious. If you like that zingy zing, this is the Sauv Blanc for you. What's in yours?
Zingy zing, woohoo! And I see your Sauvignon Blanc, and I raise you a California. I'm actually drinking a 2013 Miller Ranch Sauvignon Blanc from Silverado Vineyards. And there's so many things that you said about your wine that are parallel to this one. It almost, when it first hits your palate, it is dancing on your tongue so much that you almost want to say Prosecco, but you don't because it's not. But it definitely has some grapefruit notes. It's got some lime in there. And then there is, gosh, I don't know if it's a mandarin. I want to say it's like mandarin. It's just, and it just warms you all the way down to your tummy. So I'm thinking that the alcohol might be a teeny bit high on this, teeny bit higher, but this finish on this is so smooth. It's like glass. It's like surfing on the stellar wave, and it literally makes your mouth water when you finish. So it's like one of those that, what would I pair this with? I would do wild mushroom soup with a hint of basil. I love wild mushrooms. And I would probably, I mean, I think that if you do, this one could take a little bit more in the way of heavier cheeses. And I'm not saying like go the blue cheese route, because that would be far too dramatic. But I'm saying something like maybe a smoked Gouda, a thinly sliced smoked Gouda, and some light water crackers. Just, you don't want to interrupt this wine with very much taste of anything else, because you don't.
Yum.
Yes.
Love it. So
oh my goodness. Cheers.
What's
and
our
what are we
word?
talking about today? White?
We're talking about white wine. So is that our word of the day, white wine?
It's just white. So anytime somebody says white, you know what to do. Have a sip of what's in your glass, right?
Woo!
Woo!
Okay, so shall I start?
You shall start. And I think we've got to fire these out. So
yes, we're going to go quickly
girl.
here. So I love the concept of just pulling out of our cellars some of the whites that we're drinking this summer. So the first one is Kestrel Viognier. And what I love about this wine is it is a lighter version of a Chardonnay. So we talked about, like, let's put the Chardonnay away for a few months and let's try something different. So Viognier is a Washington version of a Chardonnay, if you will. Very light.
Love it.
There's honeysuckle, citrus, lemongrass, a little bit of pear in it. Perfect with scallops. So I would kebab up some scallops, maybe with a little bit of red bell pepper in between, and do that with this bottle of wine. Divine. Viognier for sure. Your turn.
Absolutely love it. Okay, so I don't have all my bottles handy, but what I have is a 2013 Acrobat Pinot Gris. This is like, these bottles run $12 a bottle. They're just so, I want to say it's like nutty. It's got some light apple in there. It's really got, it's delicate. So it's not a heavy wine, and it does linger for a little bit, but you've got notes that are, you know, the really citrusy. So lemon, lime, and I also want to say some green apple in it. It comes from King Estate. And these guys are in the hills and valleys of Western Oregon. And this one is so light that I would probably, pair it with something like a, maybe a whole red snapper with some pasta with red sauce on the side.
Ooh, yum. Okay, so I'll keep the next bottle down since it's not, we're gonna mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
The second one I have to share is Robert Ramsey, who I've talked about before. I love Robert. Their Grenache Blanc Noir. They just released it. And so this is like peaches. Like the nose is just like peaches. So if you like peaches, like this, what I love about this white is that it has a little bit of peach to it. So what I have paired it with many times is a little arugula salad with some pear, with some peach, a little bit of goat cheese, a little bit. If you like the zing of a raw red onion, you could throw that on there if you like something that has a little bit of a punch to it. And then maybe just a little bit of pecan for some crunch, but it does not need anything heavy. Just enjoy the peachy goodness. Again, Robert Ramsey, their Grenache Blanc Noir, divine.
That sounds so fabulous. Sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, my next wine, Dry Creek Vineyard. And I've actually had a bottle, I can't remember what I was drinking, but it's there in the show notes somewhere. This is 100% Chenin Blanc, and these guys are in Healdsburg, Sonoma County. What I love about them when they share information about their wine is they tell you exactly when it was harvested. So this 2015, sorry, harvested August 24th and 25th of 2014. So This is white peach, so you're not going to find it as heavy as, I don't want to say as heavy, maybe it's going to be a little bit lighter than the wine that Deborah just shared. It's got melon in it. It really, again, this is another one that's really light on the palate. So when it enters your mouth, you definitely feel it dancing on the tongue. And I just love when they dance on the tongue. They also ferment this in 100% stainless steel. So they're protecting those fruit flavors for you for the long term. Absolutely love that. So Dry Creek Vineyard, the Chenin Blanc, 100% Chenin Blanc, totally rocks. What would I pair it with? I would totally pair it with maybe a paella, something light. This wine is not a shrinking violet by any stretch.
Ooh, I love that. I think you need the hashtag dance on your tongue on a t-shirt.
Right? That's like,
you,
oh my God. If a wine dances on my tongue, yes, I fall in love.
You do. I know. You are shameless. I love it. Okay. So my third is by 11 Winery. Now, of course, everyone knows my passion for 11. This is a fantastic winery over on Bainbridge Island up here in the Seattle area, which actually I think have we taken you there yet on one of our trips?
No, but we've been there a few times. We actually visited Bainbridge Island probably 3 or 4 times for business.
Perfect. So, it's a cute, quaint little island, adorable downtown. So they have a burgeoning wine industry there. So 11 Winery, it has this fantastic blend that I really, really love this time of year. It's called Ratio Blanco, and it has 3 varietals in it. The first is Viognier. The second is Sauv Blanc. The third is Pinot Grigio. But what's hilarious about this ratio is that it's 55% Viognier, 44% Sauv Blanc, and 1% Pinot Grigio, it's just like, it's so goofy. They're so goofy that way, which is what I love about it. But it is a nice, light, and bright white, which is fantastic. And I would say this is a wine that we just break out when it's been one of those days where we just want to sit on the deck and just have a glass of wine. It does not require food. Drew likes to have a little, snickety snack. So I would say maybe like a fontina cheese, something that's kind of semi-soft would be great with it, but it doesn't need it. Just nice and cold. Boom. So delicious.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And so why would somebody put 1% Chenin Blanc in their, I don't know, I'm just asking.
Okay, so it's Viognier, Sauv Blanc, and Pinot Grigio is the 1%.
Oh, got it. Okay, sorry.
You talk to this winemaker, and that 1% makes a massive difference. And it's so interesting to us. It seems like 1%. But when you're blending,
what is that? They're throwing in a bunch of grapes? I'm kidding.
You are such a nut. What is your next wine?
Oh my God. My next wine, Dutton Goldfields 2013 Shop Block Pinot Blanc. It is badass. Did I just say that? It really is, because, okay, so here's the thing. I love people who shake it up, right? And so if you're tired of the same old, you're having your Sauv Blancs and your Pinot Gris, and you're not kind of breaking out of the mold and you really want to try something with edge, these guys are giving the wine an edge. It's got like these peach notes, but the herbal side is the magnificent nuance to it. And in fact, herbal. And so here is the thing. It's really difficult to pinpoint exactly what herbs are in this, but I recommend you have this bottle with a friend and debate while enjoying the bottle. Like,
now this isn't like Mary Jane herbs, right?
Oh no, not those kind of herbs, but that's another episode, Mary Jane Wine.
Very soon, yes.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. But this one has a super bright, clean finish, and it's like one of those that it would be a go-to. It's a go-to for me. Like, just like reach back there and whip one out,
I love it. Whip it out.
Whip it out.
I love it. My turn?
Yes.
Okay, so this one I have to show. because this is one of the most beautiful Pinot Grigios I have ever seen. It is by Hard Row to Hoe, which we've talked about in the past. They are in the Lake Chelan area. Look, I wish, let's see, what can I hold up against it that's white?
It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle.
Okay, here's the deal. It is copper. And what they did in this vinification process, it was new. It was kind of inspired by the Italian orange wines. So what they were looking to do is extend the maceration process, right? That the time the inside of the grape is left with the skin of the grape.
Like a rosé, similar,
exactly. And so what this did is it gave it this beautiful copper color. It is so, I'm saving this for when you visit because it is delicious and it is so pretty. She's just so pretty.
Oh my goodness.
It's just one of those.
Is there a woman winemaker or a woman vintner involved in that company? Must be. To make such a beautiful wine?
It is a female winemaker. She's fantastic. When we were actually at the winery, she was overseas doing some crazy stuff over in the wine country over there. Now it's a little bit of cucumber, a little bit of grapefruit. So it's got a really fun little mixture going on. What I would say is I would definitely want to pair this with maybe something that's a little, maybe like some halibut, a little risotto.
Yummy.
Like it could take a little bit. It doesn't just have to be cheese. In other words, like you could actually have it with like a nice grilled halibut and it would be yummy.
I adore it. I adore that.
And I'll definitely be talking
halibut
way
is
more
my
about
favorite
that.
fish on the planet.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's good to know.
It is. It's so
I love
divine.
white wine. I love white wine.
I love white wine too. And I love white halibut.
Just for the halibut, let's have a sip.
Right? Okay, so my next one is Anaba Wines. They have a turbine white, and this is like a blend of Rhone style varietals. And I'm going to go down the list because there's list to this. So it's got let's see, some lychee, again with the herbal note. So I'm seeing a trend here in Kelly's Choices. I love that little like
Kelly loves herbs.
Nowhere. Yep. The unexpected is just so exciting to me. But it's really got this really full aspect of itself. I would say it's one of the more evolved wines. It's got some kind of nutty nuances in there, and what else? Tropical fruits. But so this is the varietals in here: 42% Rouson, 20% Grenache Blanc, 20%. I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Pic Pol Blanc, 18% Marsanne, and it comes from Sonoma Valley. Now, the coolest thing about Anaba Wines is how they, encourage. So this is where the name came from, Anaba, an anabatic wind. It's a wind turbine that's on their property that actually is harnessing these anabatic winds, which are the ones that go up a hillside. So they're coming from the ground and they're going up the hillside, these winds, to generate electricity is how they're using them for their tasting room, wine storage. Did I not say a quote about drinking wine is you're helping the environment? There you go. And it also works with their
right back around to it.
Right, irrigation pumps. So absolutely love it, adore that. I would pair this with a spinach salad with, that lovely sweet dressing that comes with the bacon spinach salad.
Yeah, usually it's like a poppy seed.
Yes, I would
sweeter.
Absolutely pair it with that and put a nice couple of grilled shrimp on the side, and you are good to go for the day.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what I love about this blend that you just mentioned is that all of those grapes are Rhone grapes.
Surprise, surprise. I am Rhone, you are Bordeaux.
No, it's just the opposite, but that's okay.
I am
blonde. Here's how you remember it. Blonde, Bordeaux, Rhone, red.
I went back and looked, and you know what? This This Bordeaux lady crosses over to Rhone quite a bit.
Yeah,
so
and so do I. Yeah, I cross over to the Bordeaux side. It's just pretty funny that you were like, "Oh yeah, it's totally mine." I'm like, "No, no, no." I love us.
Keep me away from the spicy stuff.
Yes. Oh goodness sakes. Okay, so our number 9 is it's a Rouson. So it's a straight up Rouson from Novelty Hill. That's here in Woodinville is their tasting room. It's gorgeous. You have been there before.
Yes,
what
absolutely.
I love about this Rouson is that it's citrus and a little bit floral, and that allows it to have a beautiful long finish. So sometimes whites tend to kind of end at the front of your tongue, maybe get to the middle, but it rarely gets that velvet that like a really amazing Cab or Merlot or Syrah kind of coats. This Rouson does that, which, come on now, who doesn't want that? There is a tiny bit of Viognier in the Novelty Hill version. Most of the time, there is just a little bit of something. But Roussins in general, I love to pair them with a little something that's a little bit more savory. So it can hold a little bit more. We've had it with barbecue pork ribs before. Anything that kind of has a little bit of spice. So when you're going towards the barbecue side of things, I would give this a try. I think that, instead of, for those who don't drink beer, this is your great option when you're going for a barbecue. So again, Rouson is a great option for that. Woo!
Love it. Well, we covered a lot of territory today.
We did. And I'm really excited to go out and get some of the wines that you mentioned, because I'm always looking for some fun new whites. So hopefully everyone has them.
Yep, totally fun. And I'm excited to go out and try some of the ones that you mentioned as well. So we've got homework to do.
We do. All right, I think that's a wrap. So thank you so much for joining us today on Women on Wine TV. As always, please do jump in the conversation using our hashtag #PoundWomenOnWine. Let us know your favorite white if we didn't talk about it today. Pair this time of year when it's a little bit sultry and warm outside, and also let us know what you pair it with. We'll be sure to drop inside the blog post all of the wines that we did talk about with our little notes so that you can recap it later. But until then, be sure that you are following us on all of the major social channels. We are at Women on Wine TV everywhere and are always watching our streams. So we love to chat with you. For now, we always wish you a fabulous week filled with delicious, this week, white wine in your glass. Cheers.
Red hot white wines. Cheers. Bisous.
Bisous.
Can we go home now?
I am home.
Oh, wait. I'm in the wine cave. I need to go.
You're in the cave. You're in the cave. Hot whites. Hot whites for a hot summer.